Guys, what's going on? Just doing a quick body weight routine today. Actually throwing in a couple of sets of bicep curls with our bands. So we're just going to do actually 10 down on each exercise. We're going to do 10 down on the pull-ups, 10 down on the push-ups. We'll double the number of squats. So we'll go by twos with those 20, 18, 16 all the way down. And we'll go 10 down. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll keep the bicep curls. We'll do each set 10 reps on that. We did our first two sets, 10 and 9, and we're going into 8 right now. So when you do these ladder schemes, tonight I'm going 10 down to 1, 1 up to 10, whatever. But whatever your top number is going to be, in this case it's 10, to figure out how many reps you're doing in that entire ladder, you just add 1 to your highest number. In this case it's 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. You multiply them, that's 110. Cut that in half, we get 55. And that's the total number of reps that you're doing in that ladder. All right. So if it was a 20, 1 up to 20 ladder, you would do 20 times 21. You get 420. Cut that in half. So a 20 down or a 1 up to 20 is going to give you 210 reps. You have to do a little math, but it's worth figuring out. It's like we say, guys, always the basics. You always start with the fundamentals. There's nothing complicated here, right? Look what we're doing. It's all body weight. We're pulling, we're pushing, and we're squatting, okay? Throwing in a rubber band, doing some hitting the biceps a little bit. If you don't have the rubber band, you turn your grip around on your pulls. You do some chins, and that's going to incorporate more of your bicep. How old are you? 10? You keep practice, you'll get it. Oh, come on.
Okay. Trying it. Oh, para allá no.
All right, guys, we're on our second go around. We're going 1 up to 10 this time. We completed 1 to 7. I just wanted to touch on a comment that I got recently on one of my recent videos, and it's from Darren McInerney. And he says, "Can I please ask, is it better to eat full-fat Greek yogurt, cheese, and milk, etc., than eating low-fat? And if so, why?" Thanks again. I appreciate you, Darren. I appreciate the question. Um, no, I'm not fat phobic. When it comes to foods like whole Greek yogurt, good cheese, I'm not talking about Cheese Whiz, some processed bullshit. But if it's a decent cheese, even regular milk, I believe that we should be doing the full fat. It was, nature made it that way for a reason. Now, the only reason why I would advocate low fat is if you are looking to lose weight, and we're looking at it from a calorie perspective. Because don't forget, for every gram of fat that you consume in 9 calories. For every gram of protein and carb, you're consuming 4 calories, right? So it's more than double. Fat is more than double the calorie intake than would be carbs or protein. So the only way I would say, and to be honest with you, I do eat, I don't drink much milk. I certainly eat some cheese, the Greek yogurt. I do non-fat Greek yogurt because a lot of times I add some nuts, pecans, walnuts, some type of nut I might add in there. And, those are very calorie dense because the bulk of the calories coming from nuts and seeds, for example, are coming from fat. So, if we talk about peanut butter, just about an ounce of peanut, or any nut for that matter. I just mentioned pecans, walnuts, we'll throw peanuts in there. I know I'm going to get a comment saying that peanuts aren't really a nut, but I get it. But my point is that on any of those, a small amount, just about an ounce of any nut is upwards of 200 calories. So, no, I'm not fat phobic. I believe if you're going to be eating whole foods, I think that's what you should do. Eat them the way that nature made them. However, if your goal is to lose body weight, body fat, we have to take calories into account. So we're looking to get to a calorie deficit. And if you eat a high-fat diet, when you're trying to lose weight, it's going to be tough because, again, everything that contains fat has more than double the calories as would something that was straight protein or just a carb, like some type of fruit. So you have to take that into consideration. So hope that makes sense, Darren. I appreciate you being here, brother. I appreciate the comment. And we'll get back. We'll finish up this last set. We have to do 8, 9, and 10. All right, guys, we finished that up. So, like I said, it was we did 2 rounds. The first round we did 10 down to 1, and then we went 1 up to 10. So we finished up with a total of 110 pull-ups, 110 push-ups, 220 squats, and 200 bicep curls with the band. I wanted to just piggyback a little bit on what I said earlier when I answered Darren's comment about eating full-fat foods as opposed to low-fat food. You always have to first and foremost, your meals are always going to be centered. You're going to build your meals out around some type of protein, and you're going to eat. You have to have a goal in mind. What exactly are you eating for? Are you just maintaining yourself? Are you working out regularly? Are you really active? You want to make sure you're hitting a certain calorie, a certain amount of calories in order to maintain your weight. Is your goal to build muscle? You have to be at a slight calorie deficit. And it all goes back to what I said a couple of videos ago, actually in many videos, about tracking your macros. And you have to eat with a specific goal in mind. And for most of us, unfortunately, today, it's to lose body fat. So you always want to be, the only way to do that is to be at a calorie deficit. You have to be burning more than what you're taking in. So I don't advocate eating low-fat foods. I don't think that's a way that you have to live. But again, if your goal is to lose the weight, we want to keep that calorie deficit. So fat-laden foods, and I'm talking about whole foods, like we mentioned in the comment earlier, full-fat Greek yogurt, fatty meats, fatty red meat, fatty chicken. You look at chicken thighs as opposed to chicken breast, right? The fat is more than double the calorie content of protein and carbs. So always keep that in mind, right? So you have to have a specific goal, and I'll say it again and again, you should be tracking and start to know the foods, that you know exactly what you're putting in your mouth, what the macro makeup is. If you're deficient in certain micronutrients or just micronutrients that we should be getting in, and really the only way you're going to get them in is from eating a whole food diet, unless you're going to be supplementing. But on the flip side, if you're doing that, you can supplement all the micronutrients you want and all the vitamins that you want. But if you're starving your body if you're eating all this processed food, at the same time, you're destroying your body. You're doing damage to your body. So you can take all the Centrum vitamins and all the whatever you want to take. All the super duper bodybuilder, whatever bullshit that they sell. It's not going to help if you're destroying your body with a steady diet of this processed junk.